possessions, okay? There's no.
How about them Raiders?
This game is going to be
so
Coca-Cola's player of this game for the Las Vegas.
So back to this. So I'm getting some pretty good information. By the way, people are afraid around the world to even email me anymore. I mean, this is how bad the CIA, NSA, the global nuclear cartel. So stay with me. The peninsula is so close to Fukushima, Japan. So I talked to a guy who anyway, he sent me this organic video, this surf rig shot. I hadn't seen it before. And then RT, which again, I cannot overstate this about RT. They've interviewed me many times, and every time they interview me, anytime I talk Fukushima, anytime I talk nuclear, chop slop. They'll put up anything I say about, police brutality, social inequality, but they are the most pro-nuclear Putin puppets there ever was. Well, they are Putin, I mean. So, anyway, what the truth being reported. Now, as far as the yellow foam, that's controversial because we can't find videos of that. Of course, I'm sure that it's there. I mean, it was in California. But we know for factual that the surfers are coming out with burns, chemical burns they call them. We know factually that some of the surfers actually maybe have lost their eyesight from burns in their eyes and had to see doctors. It's radiation poisoning. We know factually that they were nausea. They were sick. It's unarguable. It's unarguable. It's radiation poisoning. Acute radiation poisoning. What happens when you're really close in an acute freaking radiation syndrome? Now, will we ever get the data? Fuck, you think Russia's going to release fucking radiation data? Cesium, iodine, plutonium, any of it? Are you kidding? Under Putin's reign? Just like the United States under Obama fucking reign, under Trump's reign. Obama raised the limits multiple times, crashed Radnet. Then Trump come in and just got rid of legal limits. This is what it is. Look, anybody's got half a brain. You go talk to any doctor. Exposure to radiation is like a chemical burn. It burns you. Remember when the sea lions and the seals and that really great study come out right up there in that area in 2015. 2014, that study came out. I reported it in Knoxville, Tennessee at the Megan Rice trial because she broke in trying to call attention to this, and Obama put an 85-year-old nun in prison and tried to kill her. I'll be seeing Megan Rice here ASAP because I'm headed to D.C., as soon as I can, and I want to take the bus to go, I'll fly, and then I want to take the bus to go see my grandchildren in Brooklyn because I haven't seen my grandkids for a long time. So I'll be in D.C. soon, and then I'll, hopefully I can take the bus to Brooklyn because I miss my grandkids. I haven't been able to see them for a long time. So it's radiation. I think the cores have popped through, so I've changed the syndrome from, I used to call it Delmar China, China syndrome, Delmar Argentina syndrome to the Russian peninsula. Look, Russia and Japan has been fighting over that peninsula for hundreds and hundreds of years, still are. So much of World War I, World War II right there. Right there. This is radiation poison. I mean, you look at the early videos every one of these guys are putting up there. These animals are all acute, just like they did remember when all the washed up in 2013 in Santa Cruz? Then all the birds, the mures in Bristol Bay. Then, we had it, on this side. But the surfers are the key. They always are. The real surfers always are. Remember when they were fierce-ass environments when we grew up in San Onofre, when we grew up here? Fuck. They're environmentalists. Now they're, surfer who can't surf, or fishermen who can't fish, skiers who can't. It's all cliche. This ain't no cliche. So every one of these guys, I've been watching these videos and getting through this, and people have been sending me stuff, we have burns on us. We have actually chemical burns on our bodies. Our eyes burn so hard that some of these surfers have probably lost their sight. We got nauseous and sick. Hello! It's radiation poisoning. That's exactly what acute radiation exposure does. Hiroshima, Nagasaki, hello? My father. Yo, I'll break out the picture, that classified picture. You guys have seen it. It's right there hanging on the wall. Look at the chemical burns on him. He was in a cage in Airburst 1 in 1951. Those are freaking chemical burns. He's got wrapped up his arms, on his face, his eyes, you know, and he came home later and died of leukemia later. That's what this is. You know, and I think the surfers, you know, Russia will sequester this information, just like the United States has, because it's one team. But there's no doubt in my fucking mind now, after watching all these surfer videos, and yeah, I've been waiting. And then when the Russian Minister of Environment made a statement yesterday to the Moscow Times, and they sent their divers in, and he's in panic mode. He says straight up, not fuel. And just like Greenpeace says, oh, the 4 times in RT reports, the levels of petroleum is 4 times, just like Shioko said in Japan. She says, please, that's low. We know for a fact that petroleum freaking post-war, usually are up 15 times. That's not what it is. No. That would not explain the chemical burning. This is radiation. This is nuclear. This is Fukushima. There's no fucking doubt. Wow. This is the biggest story in the fucking world. Always has been, Fukushima. And I've had to carry this fucking burden, you know, while fighting for cancer. Thank you to everybody who supports this historic work. I'll stay on it, you know. Like I said, I don't feel well. You know, talk about radiation burns. You know, I was just looking at myself down my legs. You know, I have chemical burns down my legs, and a lot of my body has serious chemical burns from the chemo in my body. They chemoed me so hard, that's why I used to wear that blue headband on the top of my head. It burned through the top of my head. The chemo burned through my legs on the side. And there's still plenty of my body that has no hair on it. You know, that's what this is. There's absolutely no doubt in my fucking mind now. You know, seeing these reports from these surfers. Their fucking eyes burn. They get nauseous. They're throwing up. Chemical burns on their body. Oh, it's nuclear. Stay tuned.